Hi there, I'm Mike. What I have for you today is a New York Toy Fair recap. I'm off to the side so that I can show pictures right here. Let's get into the news, starting with Star Wars The Black Series. And I say starting because I am going to cover more than just that. I know I normally just cover Star Wars news, but there wasn't a lot of Star Wars news, weirdly enough. So I'm going to cover more than that because I care about more than that, I guess. First and foremost, let's take care of the housekeeping stuff. Pre-orders for Wave 20 are up. That includes Dryden Voss, Admiral Holdo, Mace Windu, Battle Droid, Han Mud Trooper, and Padme, the Episode 2 one. So if you want to buy those, you can order them from a lot of different places online. However, some people are actually saying that they're finding them in Target stores right now. I say Target specifically because that's all I've heard. I haven't heard anyone finding them in Walmart. So keep an eye out for that. I have Wave 20 on pre-order from Dorkside Toys. Target.com briefly had their Luke Skywalker exclusive on pre-order. GameStop has their Jump Trooper on pre-order. Hasbro's new website, Hasbro Pulse, has a lot of these things on pre-order. So if you want to pre-order these, check them out. So let's talk about what they announced at Toy Fair. First of all, let's talk about the 6-inch Black Series line. First, they showed off images of the packaged versions of figures they've announced before. Ezra, Dr. Aphra, BT-1, 000, Chopper, basically all of those. They showed them in boxes. I cannot wait for those to come out. I'm looking forward to those a lot. And true to my prediction, they are doing something with the 20th anniversary Phantom Menace release. The Phantom Menace was released back in May of 1999, which was 20 years ago. That's how time works. And they're doing so by releasing 2 figures, both in Episode 1 figure recreations. Man, seeing these images really brought me back to 1999 and seeing these figures on the shelf. It was a blast from the past to see pictures of those, and I can't wait to see them in person. But I probably won't because they are Star Wars Chicago Celebration exclusive. Anyways, those are Darth Maul, which makes sense, which is the same release we got from the very first Phase 1 Wave release. They also confirmed that they're releasing him in the archive line. So that was true. I put that on my wish list knowing that it was low-hanging fruit and all but confirmed, but it hadn't officially been confirmed, so it still counts. But more importantly, they also announced and sort of introduced the Episode 1 Obi-Wan, the Padawan version, and wow, does this thing have an incredible likeness to Ewan McGregor. Both of these will be available exclusively and probably online at Hasbro's new Pulse website, which I will talk about more, because usually exclusives are available on there to purchase for at least a limited quantity. So if you can't make it there, I'm sure they'll be available online to purchase. I believe they're retailing for $25 a pop, which is a little bit more expensive, but they look cool. I actually probably wouldn't open these if I got them because they are fantastic recreations of part of my teenagehood. I was 17 when the Phantom Menace came out, so I was bordering on the point where toys weren't cool anymore. I'm glad that didn't stick. They also announced, on top of Darth Maul coming out in the archive line, that obviously Obi-Wan will also be available in the regular line. And they did show an in-package image of him at the convention. So fear not, if you don't want to wait for that Episode 1 figure recreation package in the blister, he will be coming out in the Phase 3 box. We're getting into the 80s now in this numbering system. I really hope that they redesign the packages soon. It would be nice before we hit the hundreds. But interesting to note, I do believe this is the first case of a regular package figure coming with something extra that an exclusive convention version didn't. I believe the regular package version of Obi-Wan comes with a hand where he's like pointing like this. You know, his classic pose that he never actually used in Episode 1. So, I mean, but he comes with it. You can put it on your Episode 3 Obi-Wan if you have that. I don't know. I think it's cool. I like that it's coming with that accessory. That's good. The only thing that I'm disappointed in is that it doesn't come with a robe. I mean, Obi-Wan, he wore a robe in the movie, so he should come with a robe to wear. I guess you can buy a custom one if you want, but they should come with one. That's a bummer, but that's like the only bummer I can think of because it was on my wish list. Super excited. Obviously, it was all but confirmed. The rumors have been going around for a while, so putting it on the list was, yes, low-hanging fruit, but I don't care. It still was on there and I still wanted it, and we're getting it, and that's what matters. So that's honestly it for the 6-inch line. There was nothing else. But a new line was announced, an 8-inch line called Star Wars The Black Series Hyperreal. The first figure shown was Darth Vader. He does retail for $79. That's a hefty price point for an 8-inch figure. So it's larger and does not fit in with your current 6-inch scale. What's interesting about this line is that it has an internal metal skeleton with sort of a soft, fleshy kind of material that covers that. It has cloth gear, like actual kind of clothes, kind of like a Mezco or a Hot Toys would have. And then it comes with a lot of interchangeable hands and a stand. It really looks like they're going for a lot of detail in these with a very high price point. So the question is, are you getting it? Well, I am. I'm getting Darth Vader at the very least. Luke Skywalker Bespin was also announced but not shown. The reason I'm getting Darth Vader is, well, I'm sure that people want me to review it, but also Amazon had it on sale for $50 or mispriced for $50. I did not let that sit there because it was quickly raised back up to the $80 price point that it should have been in the first place. So I snagged that $50 Vader, almost half off, and I look forward to getting it very much. Moving on from the Hyperreal line, I will talk briefly about the vintage collection, the 3 3/4 inch scale that a lot of people ask me about, but I don't collect these, so I don't super care. But if you care about it and you want to know about it, I'll tell you about what I've seen, but I'm not going to get any of it, so don't ask. The barge is shipping soon, so that's cool. If you paid that $500, congratulations. You're going to be the proud owner of a very, very large figure coming up. So enjoy that. A couple of other things were announced, most of it revolving around Jabba the Hutt and Return of the Jedi, which is cool to go with the barge. First, we have a Walmart exclusive Jabba's Palace kind of place set. Also a skiff to go along with Jabba's barge. Also, the 3 Jabba's skiff guards. Some other things were announced and shown off, and I'm probably posting pictures of them right here, but like I said, I don't really care. Lastly, in the realm of Star Wars, before moving on to other properties, a retro line was announced. These are $10 figures that are basically reproductions of the original 70s, Power of the Force figures. Down to the packaging, down to the accessories, down to the actual figures. I think it's neat, but I'm not going to buy any of them. The coolest thing about this, though, is there is a Death Star board game thing that's going to have an exclusive Grand Moff Tarkin retro figure attached to it that comes with it. That's interesting because that's a figure that never appeared in the retro line. So this is an original figure they made in a retro style. It's basically reproduction, but from what they said, using modern techniques. But still, the paint, the sculpt, it all looks like it came out of the 70s and 80s. I think it's neat, again, but I can see a lot of people being mad at it, especially if they are vintage collectors, that it's going to devalue their figures. I don't know if it'll have updated prints or anything on them, if there's going to be a way to tell that it was a reproduction or original. I don't really care. I don't collect toys for value. I collect them because I like them. Well, that's enough for Star Wars, so that's all you care about. You can pretty much turn this off right now because I'm going to talk about Transformers because I like Transformers and there was Transformers news. Number one, and the coolest thing, was the Ecto-1 Transformer Ghostbuster crossover figure. This is a Voyager-sized figure that retailed for $40 on Hasbro Pulse when it popped up, and then it was taken down because it got sold out. I did buy it. It will be a GameStop exclusive for $50 because you got to pay that GameStop premium. GameStop, if you're watching this, screw you. It also comes with a Slimer, and the packaging is retro, like 80s styled, and I like that a lot. Moving on to Transformers Cyberverse, I don't really collect them. Here's some things that they announced if you want to look at those. Some of them look pretty cool. I might pick up the Alpha Trion that they announced because that's a figure that's never been made officially before. There's a lot of cool concepts going on here, but I haven't seen any of the episodes of the show, and I really don't have any want to collect the figures. Moving on to the Studio Series line, the things that caught my eye though are the Leader Class Optimus Prime from Dark of the Moon. Yes, it's the one with the trailer, and it comes with the jet wing thing. I actually probably will get this because I like a good Optimus with trailer, and I like the whole jetpack thing. Also, they announced more figures from their upcoming Devastator, the Revenge of the Fallen Devastator. They're releasing like all 8 figures that make up that. I don't like the design. I might buy them just to have it, but also I don't like the design of the Devastator, so I don't know, but I think the concept of it is pretty cool. And finally, the thing that I care about the most is the Siege line. I am well in on this Siege line. I love the Siege line. The Siege line is what I have been wanting since I was a little kid. These are some fantastic figures, starting with the big ones. They showed up Omega Supreme. It's going to retail for $160. The one I'm really interested in is the Commander class Jetfire, or as he should be known, Skyfire, because that is Skyfire. That is a cartoon accurate Skyfire. I'm very much looking forward to this. He's going to be 80 bucks. They also showed off the leader class cyber armor, whatever, Optimus Prime. He's basically a remold of the Ultra Magnus, but how he looked in Robots in Disguise. I like it. It looks cool, and I like that mold a lot. In terms of Voyagers, they showed off Thundercracker, a repaint to Starscream. I'm going to get both because you gotta have both, and I look forward to getting the Skywarp when he comes out. But more importantly, they showed off Springer, and this Springer looks amazing. And he is a triple changer, and all of his forms look great. And then in the deluxe class, they showed off Mirage, which looks pretty good, and also Impactor. I know the character hasn't been officially made ever to my knowledge, but I think he looks pretty cool, and I like that. Lastly, we have a Battle Master coming out. We got Caliburus, turns into a gun. He is a repaint, I'm pretty sure, of one of the others. But the one I'm looking forward to the most is this guy, Smashdown. He turns into a hammer. He looks adorable, and I can't wait to get him. And lastly, in the realm of Transformers, Super 7 has announced a line of reaction figures, basically 5-point of articulation figures, sort of like the old Action Master figures based on the cartoon animation style it looks like. They're gonna retail for about 15 bucks, probably be 3 3/4 scale if they're anything like the others, but I didn't see anything on scale, but I know the rest of the reaction figures are like that. And we're gonna get Optimus Prime, Megatron, Bumblebee, and Soundwave. And then moving on to, oh man, Marvel. I do collect Marvel Legends, and I know some people watch this stuff for that, but I'm gonna keep it brief because honestly, there were like 1,000 Marvel Legends characters announced, and I'm just not going to go over them. I'm going to show off a picture of these from the MCU that were announced, but the most far out character that I did not ever expect is getting Michael Peña's character. I don't even know his name off the top of my head. You know what? I'm not going to look it up. I'm just looking forward to getting a Michael Peña action figure. I just really am. Moving on to the non-MCU Marvel Legends, a 3-pack was announced with Magneto, Quicksilver, and Scarlet Witch, all in their classic 90s get-ups, and I'm very much looking forward to that. This is the Magneto I've been waiting for personally. They also announced Nightcrawler, Mr. Sinister, so many others that I'm just gonna post pictures of them. They all look good, and I'm definitely going to buy not all of them, but a lot of them. Especially if they're X-Men and 90s, because that's my jam right now. I could probably spend the next hour talking about all the Marvel Legends figures announced and all of that, but I'm just not going to. Other channels do it, and they do it better than I do. So go watch those. But these are my thoughts. These are the ones that I'm looking forward to the most. That's it. It's not a comprehensive news list. And lastly, in terms of action figure news that I care about, NECA is releasing their cartoon accurate turtles that used to be a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, I think 2 years ago. They're gonna come out in 2-packs that are Target exclusive. They're gonna retail for about 52, 54 bucks, somewhere around there. You're gonna get a turtle packed with a bad guy. I believe Leo comes with Shredder, and Donatello comes with Krang, and then Michelangelo and Raphael both come with foot soldiers. They also showed off Bebop and Rocksteady that are very, very good looking. I'm very, very much looking forward to getting these. I might collect this whole line, honestly, because they look fantastic. So that's it for my recap, my news. I don't know how long this is gonna be, but it feels long. Thanks for sticking with me. Like, share, subscribe. You know those standard things that people say at the end of every YouTube video. So let me know in the downstairs area what you want the most. That sounded wrong, but I'm sticking with it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for getting this far, and I'll see you later. Bye.